Hello, BMCC Club officers. In this video, we will review recruitment and retention of club members. Let's start with virtual recruitment. Here are some tips, and the first one is create an email address and/or a link to a form where students can sign up as members. We recommend that each club create a club email account that is not a specific student's email account. This email address will be shared on social media and around the BMCC community. And so the club should create an address that is not specific to one person and that club officers have access to, more than just one club officer. Now, a link could be a Google form where students give their name, their EMBL ID, their email address, phone number if you want, and they express their interest in joining your club. We recommend that you create social media accounts such as Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, where students can go for club information. If students are looking through a certain social media platform and they find your club, they'll be able to find information. And we'll go into more about what types of information you can put there. So one of the things that you can put there is a recruitment flyer. So if you create a recruitment flyer that can be shared throughout BMCC, you can post it on your social media account. And then other social media accounts, whether it be clubs, the Student Government Association, the Office of Student Activities, and other offices and programs at BMCC can repost on their accounts, especially if you request it. There are different ways that they can do that, whether it be in stories or it be on the actual feed. And so that's something that could be discussed. But also, a recruitment flyer can be shared through email. Now, when it comes to all this club activity and the responsibilities, you're not alone. You have a faculty advisor who can possibly share that recruitment flyer throughout the department. So let's say for an academic club, your advisor could share the recruitment flyer to different classes, and you can recruit students through those classes. Now, if you don't have an academic club, perhaps it's a cultural or a specific special interest, your advisor might know of a class or classes that fall in line with that nature of your club. And so the faculty advisor can forward that flyer to a professor or professors who teach that course or those courses and recruit students. Also, find out what strategies BMCC will be using to promote clubs. Again, you are not alone. So primarily the Office of Student Activities will be promoting clubs to the student body. Generally, we will either send an email out to the student body, we will share information about a club fair, and we will also share that information on our own social media accounts. So once you have the members, let's talk about how you keep them. So first, you have to have some type of meetings or discussions. So utilize virtual platforms such as Zoom, Facebook, Instagram, Discord, Clubhouse to host these meetings and discussions. Share the email address and social media accounts during the first meeting. So whichever platform you use, make sure that students know how they can reach out to you, how they could stay updated. Now, this might take a little more work, but it's something to keep in mind. You might want to divide the list of interested students among club executives and follow up with an email to each student to personally invite members to the next meeting or event. And then you will continue this throughout the semester. So let's say you create a social media post and you have an email address or you have a link. You start getting students who are interested. Reach out to them. It could be, hi, I'm so-and-so. I'm the treasurer of this club. I want to thank you for your interest in our club. I want to personally invite you to our first meeting or event, whichever it will be, which will take place on this day, at this time, through this platform. If there is a registration link, provide the registration link and say, I look forward to seeing you at that event or meeting. You continue this throughout the semester. Now you'll use social media accounts to keep members informed and engaged. So if there's a meeting, you'll create an image with information about the meeting. Now, we will go into Zoom in more detail in another video, but if you will be using Zoom, do not post the Zoom information on that flyer, in that post, in the email. Have students register. Ask them for their MPL ID. And like I said, we will go into that more in another video and talk about why it's so important to not post the Zoom ID, the Zoom password on social media or just through an email until students have registered. Now, you could also use social media to create a poll, to ask students to tag you in their posts. And so you create engagement through social media. Social media is social. Therefore, there are different ways that you can engage student members through social media accounts. Now, we talked about that membership list earlier. So dividing the list, you might want to rotate that list each month. So if I, as treasurer, am speaking to students 1 through 10 in March, how about in April, I get students 11 through 20? So those students get to connect with me, I get to connect with them. They get to hear from a different club officer. So that's something to keep in mind as well. Also, check in with club members mid-semester. So, you know, around midterms time, how it gets sometimes for people, it could be a lot. So check in, genuinely check in with them. You know that you'll be having midterms and papers and it's the middle of the semester and your club members will too. So see how they're doing. And hey, maybe that's an event. Maybe your check-in is just having someone, maybe from the counseling center, just doing a debrief, a relax, because it's the middle of the semester. And maybe you want to do that around finals time as well. And at the end of the semester, don't forget to send them a thank you. A thank you for their membership and their involvement, their commitment to the club. A thank you note can go a long way. And really, if you see at the top of the screen, it's ideas for connecting with club members. We say retention, recruitment. Yes, we want to retain club members, but you know how great it feels to connect with other people. And so when club members feel like they are forming connections, they're more likely to stay and more likely to possibly run in the future if they have the time. So if you have any questions, you have any comments, reach out to the Office of Student Activities. We have our email address, osa@bmcc.cuny.edu. We also have our Instagram, our Facebook, and our Twitter accounts here. Good luck with the recruitment, retention, and connection of your club members.